Hey guys, this is Guy with the Camera 23 back again with another video, and today is going to be part 4 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for the month of August 2012, and in this video I'm going to be showing the second half of my DVDs. So let's just get started. First up we have, now I did an unboxing of this a few weeks ago. It is Combat Shock, the Troma film. Now I did actually get a chance to watch this when I got it, and I have to say it is depressing, but it's not the most depressing film I've ever seen, which is what most people kind of count it as. Now, in my unboxing video, I did mention that I thought it was weird that on one disc it said features and the other disc said special features. But after I filmed that video, I thought, how stupid of me. Features obviously means the two feature films, which is the regular version, which is Combat Shock, and the director's cut, which is American Nightmares, which I still haven't watched yet, but I am getting around to watching it. Yeah, so it was pretty good. It is kind of a little bit funky with the kind of the synth music and stuff. But like I said, it was all right. It wasn't the most depressing film I've ever seen, but it's pretty good. Next up we have, now I've shut both of these. I recently got an Amazon.co.uk lightning deal, which was $8.97 each, which is Doogie Howser Season 1 and Doogie Howser Season 2. Now I've watched a few of these episodes and I thought it was pretty good actually. It's kind of stars obviously Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother fame and Harold and Kumar and stuff. And it's about a 16-year-old who is a doctor. That's all you really need to know really. And it's kind of how he deals with, kind of both sides, how he deals with being a teenager and how he deals with being kind of a doctor. And it is quite funny because Max Casella, who plays Vinny, who you may recognise who played Benny in The Sopranos, he doesn't look that much different now to when he did then. I mean, he's about the same size really, which I thought was pretty funny. Now, one thing I don't quite understand is why Season 1 has a pretty nice slipcover kind of matte kind of thing, but Season 2 doesn't for some reason. That's the only thing that annoyed me. Yeah, so that's those two. Next we have, now this is an interesting one, the Ultimate Avengers movie collection. Now I saw this in Tesco, which is where I bought it, for £5. And it's basically, I don't think they're in the cinemas or anything, 2 animated Avengers movies. It's 3 disc set, it's pretty good for a £5. And I think one is kind of one of those you might see on like Cartoon Network or Jetix or something. It's kind of like the kids of the original Avengers or whatever. Which, I haven't watched any of these yet, but one is 69 minutes, the second one is 70 minutes, and the third one is 75 minutes. Yeah, so I saw this in Tesco for £5, so I thought, might as well snap that up. And then I saw the exact same set, exact same cover and everything, in HMV, 25 quid. And I'm like, I'd begrudged paying that. That is ridiculous. Right, that's that. And next up we have Almost Famous, the Cameron Crowe film, starring Billy Crudup, Kate Hudson, Jason Lee, Patrick Fugit, Anna Paquin. And I think this is the only Cameron Crowe film I've seen, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I did see it quite a few years ago, so I can't really remember that much about it. But from what I do remember, it's really good. And this is the 2-disc director's edition even, which is the first disc I think is the theatrical cut, and the second disc is, it's called Untitled, but I think it's just kind of a director's cut kind of thing. What I've just noticed is the regular film is 118 minutes and the director's cut is 155 minutes, so it's quite different. Yeah, it's quite a nice kind of a sturdy case, and I got from That's Entertainment for, well, it's 2 for £5, so technically £2.50. It's a nice booklet there, telling you about how they filmed the film, so to speak. And yep, so that's Almost Famous. Next we have... Now, remember I had this a few years ago, but I sold it, and I recently saw it again in That's Entertainment, and I thought I might as well pick it up again. It's a pretty good film, and it is Dirty Sanchez, the movie. Now, I do like Dirty Sanchez, but I think kind of Jackass, obviously it was the original and the best, and I think just the camaraderie was, I think, just a lot better in Jackass, because they just like to be around each other. I mean, they do like Dirty Sanchez do, but see, as there's only 4 of them, I think it kind of loses the impact kind of thing. But they do kind of worse stuff on this. Like I do remember, which I still can't believe they did this, was Pancho there got liposuction without any anaesthesia, which I thought was kind of illegal, to be honest. But oops, disc fell out. That's a good sign. Yep, those are 2 discs. Like I say, I remember having it a few years ago, and it was pretty good. Also features Howard Marks as the devil, I think it is. Yeah, the devil. Yeah, so that's Dirty Sanchez, the movie. Next up we have, which is a compilation DVD of the very best of the royal family. Now, I remember when I was about 12, 13 years old, I was obsessed with the royal family. I used to watch it every day. I used to quote numerous lines from the film. I remember because I was, well, not too young to buy DVDs, but I didn't really buy DVDs. So I said to my mum for Christmas that I wanted one, and to be honest, I really wanted kind of this first or second series because I really liked them, but she got me this instead. And while it is good, is that I kind of prefer the episodes where nothing really happens, but with this best of, they kind of pick the ones like the christening episode, Anthony's birthday, which kind of are not my favourite episodes really, and of course the wedding. Yeah, that's all I need to say about that, I think. Yeah, that's the best of the royal family. Next up is a very good film, Nil by Mouth, starring Ray Winston and a BAFTA-winning turn by Kathy Burke. Obviously directed by Gary Oldman, who wrote it as well. And it is a really dark, gritty, I think London based, yeah, South East London based. And it's just about the lives of, you know, the people you don't really think about, the kind of the drug dealers, the lowlifes, and it's a really powerful film. Like the domestic violence scenes are quite brutal, really. Something I didn't realise is that it's quite a long film, 128 minutes, over 2 hours. That, and I think this is a film that there was a documentary called Fuck, about kind of like swearing and stuff, which, I mean, this used to be the film that had the most amount of F words in it, which I think was about 267, I think, but when that documentary came out, it kind of blew it out of the water, I think, really. And yeah, produced by Luc Besson and yeah, Gary Oldman again. Oh, originally music by Eric Clapton. Yep, so that's Nil by Mouth. Next we have Allergy in the House. I remember seeing this on television that's quite a while ago. I thought it was pretty funny. I do think that kind of Sacha Baron Cohen does work better when it's kind of hidden camera, Borat Bruno and stuff. But it was pretty good, quite funny. There's a disc. Yeah, there's not much to say about this film. It's pretty funny. Next up is Edmund. Now, I don't know much about this film, but I do remember I saw it in Blockbuster a few years ago. It's directed by Stuart Gordon, who of course directed Reanimator, The Dentist and stuff like that. Basically, it's starring William H. Macy. It's basically a guy who goes to a fortune teller who tells him, "You are not where you belong." And for some reason that kind of sets him off, and what it says in here, begins his descent into a darkly funny yet horrifying urban hell. written by David Mamet, or Mamet, I don't know how to say, who wrote Hannibal. Yeah, contains very strong language and racism theme. It looks pretty good. I am quite a big fan of Stuart Gordon films. And yeah, so that's Edmund. Next up we have Bobby, which is based on the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. And it kind of tells you about the lives of different kind of people who were around on that day, kind of the hotel staff and campaign workers who were obviously working on the campaign of Robert F. Kennedy. And you know, you just have to check out this cast list. It's directed by Emilio Estevez, and it features Nick Cannon, Emilio Estevez, Lawrence Fishburne, Brian Garati, Heather Graham, Anthony Hopkins, Helen Hunt, Joshua Jackson, David Krumholtz, Ashton Kutcher, Shia LaBeouf, or Booth, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, Lindsay Lohan, William H. Macy, Demi Moore, Freddie Rodriguez, Martin Sheen, Christian Slater, Sharon Stone, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Elijah Wood, and that is an amazing cast list if you ask me. Again, I do remember I've seen this blockbuster a few years ago, but I didn't really rent it out. But again, that's entertainment. It's kind of, I think it was the 4 for £5, I think it was. So yeah, that's pretty good. Executive producer Anthony Hopkins, and yeah, that's that. Yep, that's a few. Actually, these two at once. Is Ricky Gervais Live Animals and Ricky Gervais Live 2 Politics. I'm a really big fan of Ricky Gervais, and his live shows are no exception. Yeah, I can't remember that much about these, but I was watching a few clips on YouTube the other day, and they're pretty funny. I think I probably prefer Animals the most because it's kind of more fresh, because it was his first stand-up, I think. But it was his first stand-up, but I think it was the best one. But Politics was good too. I didn't think Science was that funny, and I did quite like Fame. Yeah, I'll just read a few of these quotes on the back. Gervais' show is a delight, revealing a hitherto unsuspected side of gentle animal-loving charm. An unmistakable genius. And from Politics, excruciatingly, bowel-achingly funny. And another exquisitely observed persona. There's Sunday Times. Now this includes a featurette or documentary called Meet Carl Pilkington, which is incredibly funny. And also, yeah, Living with Ricky is hilarious as well. The stuff he does for Robin Ince is brilliant. Well, obviously not brilliant to him, but it's to other people. Yeah, so those. Now actually, I was kind of annoyed because I bought these two in, I think it was 2 for £5, and then, yeah, 2 for £5, and then after I bought them, I looked in the window and they had the box set, which included both of these, which is including the 2 for £5, which I thought was kind of annoying, but again, at this price I can't really complain anyway. It's my own fault for not looking hard enough. Yeah, that's those two. Yeah, finished. Next we have another live show, and it is Roy Chubby Brown, Kick-Ass Chubs. Now I remember watching this, well not this, but watching Chubby Brown on the, I think now defunct Men and Motors, and maybe it's because I was just younger and I was kind of excited that I could watch this kind of really crude comedy, and I was laughing my ass off. But I watched a few clips on YouTube the other week, and it's really not as funny as I remember. I mean, Chubby Brown is a comedian that divides a lot of people, kind of same as kind of Frankie Boyle kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe if I find it, maybe if I watch a live show from beginning to end, I will find it a bit more funny. Yeah, that's about it. And last two. Next up is the Condemn, starring Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, it was just Steve Austin, I think, and Vinnie Jones. And it's kind of funny because these two were not in a feud, but kind of they did kind of skit or whatever on Capital Carnage, a wrestling show that they did in the UK back in '98, I think it was. And yeah, I think there's a little kind of reunion thing going on there. I thought it was quite funny. Now this is another one of those. It's kind of the battle royale, but it's more like a remake of battle royale. Apart from their criminals who basically the same rules. It's like either kill or be killed, and the winner, I think, kind of gets off or gets a reduced sentence or something. And yeah, and they're broadcasting it over the internet for everybody in the world to look at. Actually, I actually quite like the colour of this cover. It's kind of gold, kind of sand kind of coloured. Yes, that's basically that. And the last one, I promise, is Alien Autopsy. Now, this was a film from 2006, and I quite enjoy this film actually. It's starring Edmund, obviously, from the cover, and it involves them. They find or they buy a spool of film that contains the autopsy of an alien from Roswell, and they kind of bring it home to show people, and somehow the film gets wiped, so they have to kind of reenact this autopsy kind of with a fake alien and stuff. And it's quite funny. It also stars Bill Pullman and Harry Dean Stanton, which is always good. Yep, so that's it. So that is my complete, well, not quite complete, because I've got a few more Blu-rays that I've recently bought, which I'll be doing at the end of the month, because there won't be that many. I'll be getting till September, and oh god, September's going to be a mental month. We've got The Angel Share, we've got the Avengers Steelbook, got Cabin in the Woods, got all that good stuff. And yes, as I said, that's it for my DVD and Blu-ray update for the month of August 2012. And yeah, please don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I'm pretty sure that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching.